episode of Abu Aziz Football Ramble. I still be on our number one guy, Abu Aziz, the captain of the Nigerian beach soccer team. For today's episode, I will discuss with on 5 crucial points for the match between Manchester City and Liverpool when they play yesterday. Many things happened for that match, and that match na match for the big minds. Players will get mind, players will sabi play ball. Unfortunately, nobody fit win the match. All of them go out with 1-1. But so many lessons dey to learn from that match yesterday, and so many things dey to correct from both sides. But na match really very interesting if you sabi watch ball well. I'll see you on soon. Welcome back. I still remember on a guy, Abu Aziz. And for the match between Manchester City and Liverpool yesterday, my number one point where I see for that match na selection problem from the Liverpool side. A player like Jota, now one of the most important players for Liverpool right now, and I think presently na in dey in form pass for the Liverpool side. So Liverpool, where everyone know before, na team where they play with three-man attack of Salah, Mane and Firmino. But because of the form where Jota dey now, then coach Jurgen Klopp him get problem of selection right now because him no go fit do without starting Jota. Presently, English people go say Jota is unplayable. So he no get anyhow way Jurgen Klopp won't do where him no go start Jota right now. And how you want to start Jota, Mane, Salah and Firmino at the same time? Now one of the problems where Liverpool gets for yesterday match. But I like the coach, and they like to take risk. And one of the risks we take now to start them for the team. So the match where they won't play yesterday now against Man City. And Man City now team where we see they like make teams they attack them. So Jurgen Klopp surprised everybody to start the whole 4 players attack-minded team. They start the 4 players and they really do well because before you know, in less than 30-20 minutes, they don't already score Man City, and that won't give them edge. Unfortunately, they no capitalize on those chances where them later get after that first goal, and now waiting can later affect them for the game with that. So that one now one of the key factors will affect that yesterday match with that selection problem for Liverpool side. Maybe if Jurgen Klopp don't drop one of in 3 strikers, Firmino, Salah and Mane, just to start Jota yesterday, maybe them foresee results, who knows? But this one na football, you never can tell. Welcome back. The second point where I noticed for the match between Manchester City and Liverpool yesterday happened to relate to the first point where I talk about selection problem. Yesterday, Jurgen Klopp decided to play the 4 strikers when he get at once, and one way or the other, maybe not the first time when them 4 go play with that, them 4 no click at all, them 4 them no combine well, and the team no let Liverpool attack, they very sharp. And maybe not because of say them never played before, or maybe them no understand themselves, or maybe they never to train that same pattern before, na it affects them yesterday. But assuming say the Liverpool 4-man attack, if to say them click well, I believe say the Man City defense for no fit attack them well. But unfortunately for Liverpool and fortunately for Man City, the attack no click well. Now it make for second half, the Jurgen Klopp need to comot Firmino for the match because Firmino no click at all, and he need to put Shaqiri for the attack. So now one unfortunate thing for the Liverpool side with that, just because the 4-man attack no click. Assuming say those four players click together, I believe say Liverpool for win Man City well yesterday because as they don't score first goal, that one for give them ginger to continue the match to attack well. But if you notice, after Liverpool scored the goal, it can't be like say them drop down, them momentum low. Now that period, Man City can't even get chance to begin the play to attack them. Man City can't equalize the goal, can't get penalty against Liverpool. So I believe say if the 4 players get themselves well, it will be advantage for the Liverpool side yesterday. Maybe for consequent matches, they will feel click, we never can tell. But for yesterday match, then them 4 no click at all, and the thing affects Liverpool performance for yesterday match. My third point where I noticed for yesterday match between Manchester City and Liverpool. Now, this player we all of us know is a big play for Kevin De Bruyne. Now, person will say we fit say na complete player in the everything about him almost complete. He sabi pass ball, sabi shoot ball, sabi play free kick in set piece. Now, one of the best in the world presently, and na team player. You understand? So yesterday when the match starts, Liverpool score Man City, and many people they look like say, okay, Liverpool still they play Man City well for Man City, but out of nowhere, Kevin De Bruyne he gets one square play, winning square play for that first half, assuming Raheem Sterling utilized that chance. That's one line for the Man City first goal for that yesterday match, but Raheem Sterling don't use that opportunity well. But before you know, the same Kevin De Bruyne he gets better assist to Jesus Navas, to Gabriel Jesus. We make Gabriel Jesus equalize the goal for Man City yesterday, and kudos to Gabriel Jesus as well for that kind turning and throwing the ball immediately. But you go appreciate the kind pass where Kevin De Bruyne pass give Gabriel Jesus for that kind little space, that small space for that equalizer yesterday. And after the equalizer, now still the same Kevin De Bruyne square play ball which Gomez use hand carry, we give Man City penalty. Unfortunately for Kevin De Bruyne, he lose the penalty yesterday, and maybe the penalty when he lose yesterday now he come weak in Moras more. But if you watch the match well, you will see Kevin De Bruyne influence for that midfield yesterday, because if a player like Gundogan and Rodri, if them collect the ball, play, now still Kevin De Bruyne they go still find to give the pass for him to fit give the strikers the ball. So Kevin De Bruyne a player will be say anytime when him pick well for match, Man City go play. And unfortunately, after he lose the penalty yesterday, him not to get himself again, and the thing affects the Man City side. But you will always give credit to a player like Kevin De Bruyne, because the period when him they understand himself for that yesterday match, Man City really play well. Even towards the end of the match, it be like say him get injury where people don't even they look say, okay, if this guy come out for field, who won't enter? But the guy try as much as possible to finish the match. But at the end of the day, they still carry 1 point goal. So Kevin De Bruyne is a very, very influential player for the Man City side. This is now my fourth point where I see for yesterday match we really affect the Liverpool side yesterday. A player like Van Dijk, many people don't see Van Dijk as one of the best defender in history of football. That one are people's opinion. You know if you talk say he correct or he no correct, now waiting them see, now waiting them feel. But if you look at him well, Van Dijk don't be very, very big and influential player for the Liverpool side for almost 2 or 3 seasons right now, because him be defender, but from defense where in they dictate waiting they happen for defense, midfield and attack. Many times you go see Liverpool they play match, you go see Van Dijk they knock ball. The next thing he don't throw long pass to Mane or Salah, before you know they don't score goal. Now how influential in they for that team be that, and the thing they really they help Liverpool well. Unfortunately, yesterday match you know go see opportunities like that, because the other defenders where they they're good for their own way, but they never reach Van Dijk level. Yesterday, one advantage where Liverpool supposed to get is say Cancelo when they play left back for Man City, now right footer, in they play left back. So that one for the advantage for Mane to feel operate from that place. If Liverpool they throw long pass to that position, unfortunately nobody for that field will be able to throw that pass. So like I talked earlier, Van Dijk na influential player for the Liverpool team. Unfortunately, injury don't roll him out for a very long time, and Liverpool need to deal with that, because I think before Van Dijk go fit come back now, season go don't go far. So they need to look for any other alternative or person wey go fit come close to the kind of work wey Van Dijk they do And Van Dijk, he no just dey throw the long pass, he dey coordinate the defense, the midfield, the attack well. Only Van Dijk presence for Liverpool team na advantage for that side and na disadvantage for many other teams, because most strikers dey fear to go approach Van Dijk for team, and that one na big plus for the Liverpool side. Welcome back. The final point where I see for the match between Manchester City and Liverpool yesterday, now one big point like that. And I remember say it gets match where Arsenal and Manchester United play a very long time ago. And Thierry Henry, he score one better goal. When they pass the ball, give him, he flick the ball and he turn shoots the ball enter. At the end of the day, Thierry Henry do interview, he talk say many times if he play ball, him they do some kind of things for field, and people will ask him say, what does he think he's doing? Him go come dey tell himself say, if this thing enter net now, people go talk say, wow, he's a genius. But if this thing no enter, people go insult him. That is what makes you a classic player, a world-class player. For yesterday match between Man City and Liverpool, I know say too many clear-cut chances no go dey, but opportunities go come for that match, which is normal. Yesterday, like two different occasions, I see Sadio Mane, he gets two different opportunities to bend ball. That is what makes you a classic player. That is what makes you a world-class player. Now, wetin dey make you different from an average player be that. Now, all these kind of things, a player like Ronaldo, Messi, Lewandowski, Benzema, now wetin them they do wey make people they rate them so high. And now wetin I expect make Mane do yesterday, Mane don't get to that level where they say him be world class. Things like Barca, Real Madrid, PSG. Now player like Mane they're supposed to they look for, but Mane get two different opportunities yesterday where they say after in control, he need to just bend the ball to score. But him they look for very easy chances. Those chances no they quick come for big matches like Man City versus Liverpool. Same thing happened to a player like Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling gets so many opportunities yesterday to make it, to announce himself as a world-class striker, world-class winger. But sometimes Raheem Sterling, they play ball maybe like in they look for striker wey one pass through, or in they wait for the easiest way to score goal. Unfortunately, a world-class striker no dey wait for opportunities like that. Then they create those opportunities. So those chances come yesterday, but most of the players wey play yesterday match, them no utilize those chances. I give kudos to Gabriel Jesus for that goal wey he scored yesterday, because many strikers go dey wait make the ball come them best leg before they go fit score the goal. But as he turn that and turn it, the ball come in left leg, he throw the ball, he dey inside. So the level where Mane don't reach, he supposed try to dey take opportunities as the opportunities they come. Make Mane know they dress ball, paint ball, take some decisive decision wey be say will make people they see him as world-class player. Make him know they wait for say the ball don't near post finish before him do him. Him be big player, him be world-class player where people don't see him. Which team Mane never play against? Mane na big player, so he need to try as much as possible to they do those things as then they come. We now come to the end of today's episode of Abu Aziz Football Ramble, and this is now the 5 and the most important point where I see for the match between Manchester City versus Liverpool yesterday. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, also like, retweet, share and follow me on all my social media handles. I will see you for my next episode.